So thank you so much for joining on our event again. And to those who are new, thank you so much for registering, or maybe you have joined on our previous event. So I would like to welcome you all to Platinum Realty. So I hope you're all having a great day so far. And let me introduce myself. My name is Kent, and I am your host for today's event. So again, I welcome you all to Platinum Realty's exclusive event focusing how to increase your credit score by 30 points in 30 days. Wow. I am very excited to start this. Are you guys also excited? Let's see who's excited for this one.
I'm
I
excited to
feel,
talk about it.
wow. Because it seems like everyone's not excited about this.
I
Now,
don't
if
know.
if you're ready
Just
to
just
learn,
Carmen is smiling.
wow.
Carmen is excited.
So if you're ready to learn and ready to kick off, please drop a yeah in the chat box. Just message us a yeah in the chat box.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Jumila and Hassan, for giving us the first one to kick off. Now let's see. Wow. Thank you so much, Peter. How about the others? Thank you so much for Randy.
I know the I don't know how to do it.
No, it's okay, Carmen. Thank you so much, everyone. Hi, Jantor. Thank you so much. Awesome participation, everyone. And for the information of everybody, we are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So big shout out to our audiences around the world. Now, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, can you please do me a favor? Please spread and share this live feed with all of your close people using the social media platforms that you guys have. You can share this to your friends, your family, your relatives, your close one, even your neighbors, or within your community. So please help us reach this event to people because we believe that the topic that we have for today is beneficial and helpful for them as today's event is tailored to equip you with actionable steps to increase your credit score significantly in just 30 days. So get ready to listen and learn because the speaker will also give questions. But before we begin, let's ensure a seamless experience for everyone. Please keep your microphones muted during the session to avoid any interruptions. Again, please keep your microphones muted during the session to avoid any interruptions. But don't worry, you can still ask questions to the presenter. And to those who are watching us live, you can also ask direct questions only if you are registered. So please go ahead and register at platinumkeyevents.com. Again, that's platinumkeyevents.com. And to those who are in Zoom for today, I also encourage you guys to please turn on your cameras. Let's make this session more interactive and engaging. All right, so now it's my pleasure to introduce our incredible team. First, we have our dynamic and enthusiastic sales department. Oh yeah, I think it's me. So hi guys, I am also from sales department. And also joining us is our always reliable property management team. Say hi guys, hi Zyrene.
Hi, everyone.
And last but certainly not the least, our exceptional marketing department. Say hi Peter,
Hello,
good to hear.
everyone.
Ah,
Hello.
thank you so much. So, yeah, he is dedicated to keeping you informed about our latest home sales. And let's give them a virtual round of applause. And without further ado, let's give a warm virtual welcome to our expert speaker who will guide you through the ins and outs of credit score enhancement. the stunning, the loving mother, the managing broker of Platinum Realty, and also on our sister company, New Day Business Solutions. So guys, please show your excitement for our speaker by flooding the chat with heart reactions. Let's welcome everyone, Nikki Sanji.
Woo-woo. That was awesome. My team is incredible. I'm truly blessed to have them supporting me on these events and everything we do in the back office. I'm very excited and I celebrate you guys. Today, guys, this is a very important topic that I am going to cover because many people are struggling with their credit. You know, I've been through it so many times in my own personal journey, going through a divorce, having all sort of life things happen, and my credit was in the tanks and I had to build it up and get it back going. And I had to do that 2 times. 2 times I had to build my credit from scratch to get going. But I believe the tools and the knowledge that I have now will sincerely help me to maintain it from this point forward. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to build your credit, increase your credit score by 30 points, at least 30 points in the next 30 days. So I'm going to jump over to my presentation, which I went ahead and got that together for you. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Let me see. Can everyone see my screen very well?
Yes.
Yes, okay, perfect. All right, let me see now how to go into my presentation mode. Let me see if I remember how to do that now. There you go. I got you, got it. All right, how to increase your credit score by 30 points in 30 days. All right, let's get right into it. All right, so today I'm going to cover 2 specific things concerning credit. The first one, I'm going to talk about understanding the report. So some of you may have your report pulled from Experian or Credit Karma or anywhere, and you're looking at your report, but maybe for whatever reason, you don't understand everything. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the physical report and how to understand it. Then I'm going to talk about structuring your credit, how you put this thing together to get that score up. And then I'm going to close out with a bonus. I'm not going to tell you the bonus, but you're going to see it if you stick with me. Okay? So understanding your credit report and structuring your credit. Okay, let's get into it now. All right, so if you've been tracking with me, this is not the first time you have seen this slide. What a good credit report should look like. So this is what it should look like. You should have excellent payment history, right? Your credit utilization should be low. I like under 10%. Okay, another number is 30%. It shouldn't go more than 30% if you can help it. I know life is challenging and things happen, but if you can help it, don't let it ever go over 30%. Under 10%, mwah, excellent, excellent. Then you should not have any derogatory marks. So if you have derogatory marks, you want to take care of those things because those things are going to pull the score down. We want a minimum credit age. I'm going to say 4 years. So you need something on your credit report that is at least 4 years old. Then you have to have a good mix of accounts. That means if you have a mortgage, a car loan, installment loans, credit card, good mix. And you may think, oh, if I just have one card or two cards, or one or two things, that's good. No, you need at least 10. I know it's surprising. You need at least 10. Okay. Don't go crazy. Don't go to Macy's and all these places and blow the cards up. But you need at least 10. You need a lot of credit cards, a lot of activity on your report to give it the score that you're looking for. And then, of course, our inquiries. We can't have too many hard inquiries. So this is what a good credit report looks like. All right. So this is the goal for everybody. So then in the slide, we're talking more about understanding your credit report. Now, I am a real estate broker in the state of Florida and Georgia, and I also own New Day Business Solution. And in that company, we deal a lot with personal and business credit and funding. So I see these things every day. So when you're talking about understanding your credit report, we want to drill down a little bit more on payment history. Your payment history. Your payment history is the record of time that you've been paying. It accounts for late payments, missed payments, or past or current credit accounts. The accounts can include your credit cards, lines of credit, personal loans, and mortgages. Your payment history indicates to a potential lender the likelihood of how successfully you will repay your debt. So your payment history makes up about 35% of your credit score. So you want to make sure no matter what, you're paying your bills on time. So now suppose you have a credit card and the due date is the 10th. For whatever reason, you didn't pay it on the 10th. You cannot by any means afford to have that card be 30 days late. Because if it's 30 days late, it's going to hit your credit report. So no matter what you do, even if you miss that, the payment date that the credit card set, just go ahead and find the money and pay the minimum, because you never want that late payment by any means necessary showing on your credit report. Okay. So it says here that it's about 35% of your credit score. Now, payment history. Payments made far after their due dates ultimately weigh more heavily on your score. This is because negative score tend to increase the longer it takes you to repay your obligation. All right, some more people are coming in. However, a payment history that's free of late payments doesn't guarantee a high score. Neither will a handful of late payments dramatically decrease your score if the rest of your financial history is stellar. All right. So if whatever happened and you do have a late payment, it's not the end of the world. And I'm going to go through some steps that can help you come up with some suggestions, some strategies in removing late payments. So by any means necessary, try your best never to have a 30-day late. But if you're due and everything else around that credit is good, it shouldn't cause your score to be, so dramatically low that, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. All right. So the next slide, we're going to talk about debt usage. This one is very, very big. Very, 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 I'm saying very big and I'm saying very big. This is where I see, I would say 80% of the issues. Now, debt usage and your utilization. Remember in the beginning, I said, Try not to let it go over 30%, but ideally, let it stay under 10%, ideally. Now, debt usage is recorded on your report when you have a line of credit, a credit card, and you start using it. So for example, in this example, they said you have a credit line of $1,000. All right. You got a credit card and the limit on the card is $1,000. Now, what I tend to see is that someone will use the entire $1,000. So when I look on their credit report, they were given $1,000 and they used $1,000. Now they may be paying on time. They're paying on time. And they're saying, Nikki, oh my God, I pay everything on time. I'm never late. Why is my credit score so low? Why is it not moving? It's because your utilization, you maxed it out. So if you have $1,000 credit card, you never, if at all possible, want anything to report to the bureaus that's over $300. So $300 is actually 30% of $1,000. So you never want the card to be over $300 and report. Now follow, because this can get really tricky. You have to understand this. Now, if I have $1,000 credit card and my credit card is due on the 10th, and when I look on my bureau, it reports on the 14th, I can use my card. So I pay my card on time, the 10th passes, the 14th passes. I can use my card as much as I want. I can keep using and spending my card as much as I want. But when I see the 10th approaching, I would start from the 1st. I would start paying off or paying down that card. So by the time the 10th comes around, my balance is 0 or it's very minimal. And then definitely by the 14th come around and it goes on my credit report, it says, wow, Nikki has been such a good girl. She only owes $100 on her $1,000 credit card. Right? I hope everyone got that. Any questions on that? Utilization. Got it? All right, excellent. So this one is very, very, very important because what I see is that the utilization, people don't understand utilization and they pay everything on time and they don't know why their credit score is still low. It's because your cards are maxed out. So if you just pay down that card to at least 30% of whatever limit they gave you, you're going to see your score boost up. And I'm telling you, significantly. In 30 days, it's going to boost up if you have all your utilization under control. All right. Now we're going to get into understanding your report. So first you have to prep your report. You got to remove every misspelled name, any extra name, any way they spelled your name that's not you, any old addresses. And an easy way to do this, you know, is just a call. Just a call. Call the bureaus. I have the numbers here on the screen. You can take a screenshot. Just call them and let them know there's some inaccurate information on my credit that I would like it to be removed. And they'll take care of it right away, instantly. So any misspelled names, any old addresses, any old places of work, make sure everything is current and minimal. You don't need 2, 3 jobs. The job that you did 10 years ago, no. Just make it simple, make it neat, have everything nice. This is my name. This is my address. This is where I work, all the personal profile. Make it neat. And to take care of that, just call the bureau. Call Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Okay? So that one is really fast. Then late payments. If by any chance you have late payments, you want to go ahead and call your creditor first to see if they have a forgiveness program. So if you paid something late, call that creditor. Do you have a late payment forgiveness program that you can help me to remove this record from my report? Right? Then here's some hacks. If you call and they say no, consider calling back, because maybe the person you're talking to doesn't know it exists. Right? So don't just get discouraged and says, wow, they don't. Call at least 3 people, right? And see if any of them will be willing to assist you with a forgiveness, late payment forgiveness. Then another thing you can do, you can write a letter. If no one is willing to assist you with your request, you should send a forgiveness letter that details the steps that you took in your financial situation. Can write a letter saying what happened. Okay? And this can be taken care of right away. If they have a program, you know, they'll be happy to do, oh, they paid 30 days late. Let's just, you know, take it off this one time. So that's a late payment hack. All right. So we talked about your payment history. Need to make sure it's 100%. Your credit account should be about 4 years old. You should have no derogatory marks. And I want you to remember that the credit bureaus, it's an algorithm. It's computers. It's not really human beings. So even if you're sending in a letter to dispute something, it's scanned into a computer and it just records the date it was received. And in our previous sessions, we talked about suppressing the secondary bureau. So if you're here or you're watching and you don't know what is a secondary bureau, maybe we'll do another one before the end of the year. But there are bureaus and agencies like LexisNexis, Sage, SayStream, CoreLogic, Innovest. All these are secondary reporting bureaus that give the 3 front runners information about you. So one way to make sure that doesn't happen is to suppress those by putting freezes on your accounts.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to get deep into that today, but let's just remember that.
Okay, so going to hold on. Who see you? The cable already passing now.
You have a question? Anybody? Okay. All right. Now we spoke about, I'm just going to recap right here real quick. We spoke about making sure that your credit profile is on point. And for those things, you can just call directly. You don't have to do letters. You don't have to wait and wait and wait. Okay, let's see. Miranda, do you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to ask, thank you for such an informative session.
Sure.
You mentioned the contacting the bureaus to get your old addresses and old places of work. And you said don't wait for 30 days before you do it. So if it's past 30 days, can it still be done, or it's too late to remove to update, or can you update your information at any time? That was my question.
Yes. So that slide, we said that, you know, if you send letters or anything like that, it can take 30 days. But those things you can take care of right away. So it's not really if it's been more than 30 days since it's been on your report. It's just something you can take care of right now. You don't have to wait by sending letters and stuff. You can just call them and let them know your name is not correct, your address is not correct, for them to take it off, and they'll do it immediately.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome. All right, so I'm recapping just to make sure we're on track. So we spoke about making sure your personal information is good on your report. We spoke about ways that if you have a late payment, suggestions on how you can call the company and find out if they have a late payment forgiveness program. And if that doesn't work, you can also write a letter. All right. Then we spoke about, let me see what else we spoke about. Who knows what else we spoke about? We spoke about utilization, how very, very important it is to make sure you understand credit utilization. I can't stress it enough. It's like the number one issue that I see every day, because we don't understand that if we use our cards and we don't know the day it's going to report to the bureau, we're hurting ourselves. You can use your card all you want, but you have to pay it off or pay it down before it reports to your credit bureau. Now I'm going to talk about secured loans. We said in a good, healthy credit profile, you have to have a mix of loans, mortgages, auto loans, installment loans, credit cards, and you need a lot of accounts because this thing is being tracked by a computer. This thing, it's not a human being, so it needs statistic data to track to give you that score. So I have here on this slide, obtaining secure loans. These are some accounts that you can add to your credit report to boost it up. So the suggestion here is to use smaller local banks like PNC. It's no longer SunTrust, it's now Truist, Regis Bank, credit unions for secured loans such as auto loans. They're also good for credit cards. Navy Federal is a big one. I use Navy Federal a lot. Different banks like that, it's good to have secured loans with them. You have good rates, you have good terms, you have good programs. So secured loans is a way for you to get going, building that credit profile. All right. Then adding primary accounts. Primary accounts. So on this slide, it talks about if you're currently paying rent, you can use your rent payments as a trade line on your credit report. So you want to do rent reporters like Rental Karma. You can Google, different companies that provide that service where you can report your rental payments as a trade line to your credit report. And it suggests that if you can get it backdated for 2 years, so if you've been renting for a while and you can have it backdated for 2 years or more, it would really, really help. Okay. So primary accounts are very good, but what if you're not at the level that you can get any more primary accounts? Then what you want to do, you want to be an authorized user on somebody else's card. But I'm going to break it down right now because you can't just go on any card, you know, whatever card is coming to that you're using to help your credit, it has to make sense and it has to meet these criteria as well. It has to have a good amount of line. So if you're going on someone's card and they have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So if your highest card is only 2,000 or 3,000, if you can get someone that has a credit card with a line of credit of 10,000, that's awesome. Now remember, if they have a $10,000 line, you have to make sure they did not max that card out, because their utilization, once it hits your credit report, is gonna hurt you. So you have to make sure that person is responsible with that card. And even if they're using the card, they're paying it off or paying it down by the time it hits your credit profile. Then it would be very nice if they had the card for a long time. Because if they had the card for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, most times that history now gets ported onto your report. So if it's possible to get a card with 5-year history, thumbs up, good credit line, 10,000, woo woo, low utilization, excellent, excellent. Now you may run into challenge, especially if you have a family member or friend that says, what? You want me to put you on my card? Oh no, no. Don't worry. Because what happens is when someone adds you to the card goes to their address and they keep the card. So you never get the card. So you tell them, I don't want the card. You can keep the card. I don't need the card. All I want is the data to report on my report. All right. So that tends to help. So we spoke about primary accounts, which is the best kind. You have to start building yourself up to get primary accounts. But if you want to have a boost in 30 days, you can become an authorized user on someone else's card that has a good line of credit, age, and excellent utilization. Okay. So we're into our bonus slides. Bonus slides. Now, this is a little bit savvy. It's a little bit savvy. The bonus slide is how to hide your utilization. So I don't know if anyone is there yet, but you can have credit cards up to $25,000 or more, $30,000, $40,000 on one credit card. And because I'm a real estate person, I'm into business, there's things that I'd like to use that line of credit for. But if it's on my personal profile, I can't max the card out. I can't have high utilization. It's going to hurt me. It's going to affect me. So what do I do? What do I do? Okay. So this is the bonus. This is big bucks right here. How to hide your utilization. So there's 3 dates on your credit card that you need to know. You must know the due date, the date your bill is due. So look at all your cards, write it down. You got to know the closing date, the last day of a credit card's billing cycle, and when the credit card statements gets compiled for your accounts. Okay, so that's the closing date, the due date and the closing date. Then you need to know when is your reporting date, the date the credit card company reports your credit history to the bureaus. And then you write down your card limits. How much do I have on this card? So your due date, the statement closing date, then the reporting date, the date everything gets reported to the credit bureaus. Okay. If you're an entrepreneur like me, it's important for you to learn how to hide your utilization so you can take advantage of things. So if you had a $50,000 line of credit, all right, follow me. I'm going to try to go slow. What you want to do is split your credit cards so half of your lines of credit is due on either date. Make half of them due on the 10th and half of them on the 24th. So if you had $50,000 line of credit, that $50,000 can be over 3 or 4 credit cards. You can have 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, or 15,000, 15,000, and 10,000 credit cards, however they are. You have the ability to change the due date at least once. So you want one half to be due on the 10th, the other half to be due on the 24th. All right. You have a window in between the payment periods to shift your debt among the cards to avoid interest payments or to have that balance reporting on your credit accounts. So switch the bills from the 10th to the 24th, hides your utilization and allows you to have more financial flexibility. So you want to go ahead and liquidate your cards on the 24th. I'm not going to teach about liquidating credit cards here today. Liquidate the cards on the 24th and pay the cards that are due on the 10th. Then liquidate the cards on the 10th and pay the cards that are due on the 24th. So you have to learn and figure out how to flip them. This process will increase your credit limit and you can acquire new credit. Why does this process increase your credit limit? Because now when the banks are looking, they says, wow, you use your credit card so well. You charge heavily on that card and you always pay it off. Wow, clap, 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 clap. Give them more credit, give them more credit, give them more. They'll start increasing your credit line. 6 months is a good amount of time for an entrepreneur to use the utilization hiding process to allow the business to grow. So if you have a business or something you're trying to do, and you can do this for about 6 months, until your business starts generating more income or that investment or whatever you did start producing money so you can actually now pay off these cards. Okay. So the next thing that I have here on this slide is, Nikki, what if all my cards are maxed out? I have to sit back in my chair because I'm dealing with a case right now where this is the situation. All the cards are maxed out. How do I hide my utilization when your credit cards are maxed? You have to remove at least 30% of your credit card debts, right? You can follow the same process and split the 30% utilization rate while hiding the other debt. So you can't really get around it. You have to find a way to reduce some of the debt so there is some space for you to now flip in between the dates. And then I have here, when it comes to your credit card utilization rates, if you have student loans, those aren't included in that ratio. All right, any questions on utilization? I know it can be complicated. All right, so what I have here today, we have our ebooks for sale today. If you're interested in business and LLC, it's actually more for business funding and structure. And then we added the do-it-yourself credit repair guide. So everything we talked about today is in these ebooks, and you can get the bundle online for $79. You get the book right away, and it's newdaybundle.com. newdaybundle.com. So you'll get the business structure and funding guide, and then for free, you'll get the do-it-yourself credit repair guide, which everything I spoke about, it actually gives you step-by-step. It gives you the websites. It gives you the letters, the forgiveness letters, every kind of letter you can imagine. Everything is there. So for more information, just go to newdaybundle.com and you can see the package there. Now, as I begin to round up today, I don't like to take a very long time when I'm teaching these classes because it's so much information, and I want you to be able to remember. All right, remember what we spoke about. So improving your credit score by 30 points in just 30 days can be a challenging task, as credit scores are influenced by various factors and their impact can take time. However, there are steps you can take that may help improve your credit score over time. I'm going to do another review. I really want you to get this. First, review your credit report. Obtain a free copy. You can go to Experian. You can go to Credit Karma. So of course, Experian carries their own report, and Credit Karma has Equifax and TransUnion. So you can go to those places. It's free, and you can have an idea of what's on your credit report. You want to review everything. You want to make sure everything is accurate. Number two, you want to pay your bills on time. You want to pay everything on time. You want to make sure nothing is 30 days late. So even if you miss your due date on your credit card, you want to fight to at least make that minimum payments, and you want to make sure it's never 30 days late. We spoke heavily on utilization. You never want it to be over 30%. I love 10% and under, meaning if you have a credit card of $1,000, try not to owe more than $300. And you know that date that it's going to report, make sure it doesn't report with a balance higher than 300. But if you want to get super, super fancy, make sure it doesn't report for anything over $100. That's 10%. Now, if you're working on your credit with a 30-day window, you don't really want to apply for new credit in that window, because if you do, it can negatively affect the scores. Then number 5 here, you can increase your credit card limits. So just go ahead and call your credit card company and ask them if a higher limit is available for you. Then you want to maintain your existing accounts. Make sure you don't close your oldest account. You know, like if your oldest account is just a $500 credit card and you're mad. I've seen this one. You're mad because the credit card company doesn't want to give you a higher limit. And you're like, these people, I don't, just close the card. No, 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 don't close the card. Because if it's your oldest card on your account, it's going to cause your scores to drop. So maintain your accounts, be careful, make sure you know what's on your report, and don't close your oldest credit card account because that could hurt you. Make sure you have a diversity of mix of credit accounts. Make sure it's a mix: installment loans, mortgages, different things, okay? Then communicate with your creditors. This is big. I know when we have challenges in life, financial challenges, I know I've been through this, where you just shut down. You're just closing and shut down, and you don't want to talk. You're hiding. The phone is ringing. I don't even want to hear the phone. But the best thing to do is to communicate with your creditors. If you have a temporary financial hardship, most time they have programs that can help you. So before it gets 30 days late, come on, call the creditor, talk to the creditor. Remember, improving your credit score is a gradual process, you know? So don't be too hard on yourself. Some of the things that I spoke about can significantly increase your score in 30 days, especially paying down or paying off a credit card. That's a big one. Adding yourself as an authorized user to a major credit card that has all these nice, wonderful facets that can really significantly improve your score in 30 days. So, but overall, it's a gradual process, and you want to be patient, and you want not to beat yourself up too much. All right. So that's it for my presentation today. Let me stop sharing my screen. And then if anyone has any questions or anything they want to talk about, you guys can do that now. Anything you want to talk about from something we shared, we can talk about it now as well. Let me turn on my light. I'm open for questions, everybody. Carmen, you have a question? I see you looking so beautiful. You were taking notes.
Yeah, I'm taking notes because that's the way I learned.
Anybody have any questions? Do you have anything you want to ask?
Yes, I just because my credit is not too bad because like I'm starting at my age trying to fix everything. I don't know if you remember me, but we got a foreclosure long time ago. I think it was 2000 with Hernan Quintana. You remember?
Ah, yes.
So I never forget you because you were so good. I always recommend you to many people that say, she did it, if she did that, she can do anything. So I remember you in the good way. I said, so I never forget. So I am very bad at the beginning because I had two accidents, blah, blah, blah. So I am working since 2 years, but I got my social security. So I don't know if I'm gonna have problem with that. I only working for 2 years.
So what's your
But my
challenge
credit,
now?
my credit is good. I don't have any debt. I just got one and for 1,000 because I'm trying to increase my credit with that card. But what you're saying, take more cards. So I don't know what can I do now.
Yeah. So the first place that you can go to, like whoever you bank with, you can go and you can get a credit card from them. So if everything looks nice and you have a good banking history, they should be able to give you another one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, I'm
All
working
right.
very hard. I'm working very hard. I'm saving money. I'm doing a lot, a lot.
Wow.
$25.
Wow, that's perfect. All right. So Kent is going to follow up with you. Kent, you need to write Carmen's number down and let's find out what Carmen is up to.
Okay, Nikki.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyone
It's
else have any questions for me? Anything you want to know about any topic?
Excuse me, Nikki.
Sure.
April has a question.
Mhm,
The name that she has here is Jamila and Hassan. She
mhm.
asked that should you pay off collection accounts?
It depends. It depends. We have to look at how long the collections was on because there's a certain time frame it may fall off. So it just depends. So if you have a collection account, you can take a screenshot of it and you can text it to Kent and I'll be happy to look at it and respond. Okay. It depends. All right. Anybody else? All right, guys. I think that's it for us today. I am so glad you all came to listen about credit. Credit is so important in society today because if you have excellent credit, there are so many more things you can do faster. Not that you need credit for everything. You don't need credit for every single thing, but if you have good credit, it makes things nice, mwah, and it makes it go faster. So keep on plugging in, keep on staying strong. We'll be on again next month with another interesting topic. I'll figure out what we're going to talk about and tell your friends, share the link. We do this every single month. I'm teaching about a topic that I know can impact your life and increase your bank account and help you to reach your financial goals. So God bless you, everybody. Thanks for signing on. I'll see you
Thank
on
you. God
soon.
bless.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Nikki.
Bye, guys.